This is Denise Susalka. I'm an artist at the Nest. The pandemic is a crazy time for all of us. For artists, it's a time when exhibitions are restricted and sales are just not happening. While painting might be the obvious refuge, it's hard to concentrate amid all the disruptions and distractions. I've decided to use this time to update my website and to work on my inventory management system. I also thought this might be a good time to do a video detailing my progression from landscapes through various periods. I started with landscapes, first painting places near me. I love the camaraderie of plein air painting with friends. Once I gained some experience and confidence, I started participating in workshops abroad with emphasis on France and Italy. My first workshop started in a 14th century villa in Cortona, Tuscany, and worked its way up to Cinque Terre on the Mediterranean coast of northern Italy. My second was in an 11th century villa in Amboise, France, where King François Ier invited Leonardo da Vinci to live in what was to be the last 3 years of Leonardo's life. This was followed by a week's painting in Giverny and Honfleur, which is considered the first site of Impressionism. A few years later was a 2-week workshop in Provence, timed to coincide with the blooming of lavender. After having painted so many landscapes, my art teacher and mentor suggested I start painting something different. I had a peach at home. I started what would become a series of 30 peach paintings. I was trying to create graphic, flattened, not rounded fruits. After that, I started a group of other fruits, again, not rounded fruits. From there, I segued into painting well-rounded fruits, which I called voluptuous fruit. I spent each winter in Puerto Rico, where it's summer year-round. The light and vibrancy of the colors are unique both in still life and landscapes. I decided to start painting abstracts, which I thought would be easier than figurative paintings. Was I wrong? I have done over 100 abstracts, but I feel I have succeeded in fewer than 20. I started out with paintings that use predominantly geographic shapes. After that, I did several paintings loaded with content. Love Abstracted reflects a mature love, where the individuals have their own interest, but then come together. Boxed In by the Blues was something I painted when I was in a funk. Years later, when my father and best friend died suddenly, I was immobilized with grief. After a month or two, I realized I had to take control. Pathway Through Grief started with the same dark blue and purples of Boxed In by the Blues, but after a month of concentrating on what I was grateful for, the blues and purples got lighter. Then orange appeared, followed by bits of yellow. This was indeed my pathway through grief. I switched to painting rainbow eucalyptus in order to work with more organic, less geometric shapes. It really freed me to put more flow in my work. Coral enabled me to continue with more organic subjects and a greater range of colors. I still paint all the previous subjects, but now I can go between them all as the whim suits. I hope this video gives you a better understanding of the variety of my work. While the subject changes, interestingly, the colors remain cohesive. I invite you to visit my website DeniseSusalkaArt.com, or to spend time with me at the Nest in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where you'll also find an enclave of many artists with many types of work.